just stimulate you. All it does is just make you feel just hooked. All it does is make you feel stimulated, hooked, and it doesn't make you feel anything. Because when you watch this video, let's be real. This is our expression. This is our expression when we watch this, like a quote unquote funny video, or a quote unquote like fun activity, playing video games or watching a movie. This is our expression. That's our expression. Is that like the telltale signings of somebody who's having fun, who's enjoying their life? No, it's not. It's just stimulation. It's just placating ourselves with distractions so we don't have to face our own issues. And I mean, there is a balance with that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that at all. I'm not saying you should like, I mean, I don't know anymore. Instant gratification is a problem though. Instant gratification is going to keep you hooked. Instant gratification is going to keep you placated. The question is, do you want to take instant gratification away from your life 100%? I'm trying to. Honestly, I feel like it's different for a lot of people, but I feel like if I'm going to be self-improving, if I'm going to be kept to the path of self-improvement, then I'm going to have to take instant gratification away from my life. I need to go focus up 100% on my purpose. I need to go focus 100% on my self-improvement journey. That's it. And the second thing is, it's it's taking away the two most important things you have again. Like it's taking away your time, which is again the most important asset, and your attention. Your time and your attention. The attention that you could be giving out to your friends, your family, spending actual time with them. Like rekindling bonds. And of course there's instant gratification. There's not even instant gratification. There's gratification in that. Like little things, or doing a hobby, doing a hobby, um just doing things that you just love, which could also be you know in accordance with technology. That's why I'm not trying to like say anything that won't really fit in with everybody's perspective. That makes sense. I'm trying to make this video a little more general, but I mean there's always going to be a few exceptions towards everything. The one thing I have to just say is that social media, you don't need it. Let's be real. Social media is the worst thing to happen. The worst thing. You know what? I'll give it its fair share. It's the worst thing and the best thing that happened to mankind. Let's be real. Let's be real. It's giving our younger generations, and I guess our current generation, Gen Z, and younger generations yet to come, like Gen Alpha and so on and so forth, even older generations that are also dealing with the same problems that we might face as well. But it's just giving us so much, just, I don't know. I don't know what are the right words to describe how toxic social media really is. But I'm gonna stand clear and say that social media is, if you're going to reject some part of instant gratification, like I'm not saying you should never like wind down and watch a movie or two. I'm not two. Let's be real. Watch a movie now and then. Enjoy some time with your family and your friends. I'm not saying you have to go hustle all day, grind all day, um, just that kind of mindset. Like life is short. Like go. Go spend time with your people, bro. Like, I'm not saying that you have to go spend every single hour of work, spending every single hour and just work, just working. Never. With this channel, Rich Visions, I'm never going to try to pretend. I'm not going to like. I mean, obviously we have to grind, we have to hustle, but putting hustling over your family, never. I'll never, ever in this channel. So any old viewers that are watching right now, older viewers that are watching right now, before the blow up, unless I sold my soul, I will never ever promote you putting grinding, hustling over spending time with your family, over spending time with people that you love, that people that do you good, and people that you care about. Even self-improvement habits. Like, a lot of people say that, like, there's this one guy that said that he would rather go. I mean, this might be a little opinionated, and I could probably get a little controversy from this, but I remember this one guy, I just saw just like a little video, him saying that he would rather spend his time in the gym than like going on a date with his girl. And I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't really have too much of a strong opinion over this, but like, just think about that. Like, is that the life you want to lead? If it is, then go for it. But if it isn't, then obviously don't do it. Obviously don't do like just don't do that. But getting on point, bro. Like, your time and your attention is worth way more than just to be wasted on just stupid habits, stupid social media apps, just mindless content, mindless media that doesn't like make you better, make you smarter. Like, I know there's a thing called productive procrastination. I remember in my it's a very very old video. I said that productive procrastination is it's just as worse as instant gratification. And I'm going to walk back on that because I don't believe that at all nowadays. Because productive procrastination is what? Watching self-improvement videos. And that's miles better. Now, obviously, that could also be a problem, but that's miles better than freaking binging Family Guy. Freaking going on TikTok and scrolling your life away. Your time and your attention is so valuable. You don't need to waste it on just instant gratification. You don't need to waste it just to these social media companies that don't give a fuck about you. Instant gratification is a drug. It's the worst addiction. It's just as worse as, I mean, it's obviously in the same bubble, but it's just as worse as corn. It's just as worse as whatever. It's terrible. It's an addiction, and they're not gonna call it an addiction, but it's an addiction. Or if people say like I have a, let's say, TikTok addiction, no one's gonna take us. Obviously, no one's gonna take it seriously. No one's gonna take it seriously, bro. Your time and your attention is so valuable. I don't care if you're like a middle school dropout with no job, no ambition, no goals, no purpose. You still, in my opinion, you should still have the freedom, and you should still have the self-respect to say no to these social media Instagrammifying bloodsuckers that just want to take away your two most important assets, your time and your attention. And just use that time, use that attention on things that will build your life, bro. Just do it. Use that time and and have all that focus be towards something that will guarantee you a successful life. in whatever it wants to be. Obviously, success is the eye of the beholder. That's a quote that people like to bring up a lot. Success is the eye of the beholder. I'm not gonna say what success is. That's on you. Whatever success is, that's your success. Whatever that is, whatever that is. Whatever. No one's judging nothing. Just promise me that instant gratifying that we're gonna take this. I was probably on a lot. I've probably been rambling a lot in this video. Apologize for that if you found some parts incoherent, if you didn't quite get the value that you thought you were going to get. I'm sincerely apologize for that. Next year, 2024, technically this year, it's 12:35 as I'm recording this. I really want to do a lot of things, and I'm going to just put in the input before I really talk about this channel in depth. But this channel will always be my top 3 priorities, and I'm always going to promote the message of getting better. So bottom line, this is just the long summary to this video. Instant gratification is a joke. Focus on growth, focus on purpose, focus on things that make you better. Reject excessive pleasure that you have no effort in getting it. At the very least, here's a thing you can do. I'm not saying you should never have time to see what's going on social media or watch a funny video or watch a funny movie. But here's the deal I want to give you this. I want to give you with this. At least have your day be spent in accordance to growth and doing things that make you better so that you can actually deserve this pleasure. Deserve this gratification that you're going to feel instead of you just taking it for free and you just achieving it for free for no reason. Those are the two things. The 2 ways you can go about with instant gratification. You can either just take it away from life, which is what I'm trying to do. I feel like there is no way I can keep in my life and also have congruent growth come alongside that whilst I'm indulging in gratification. I feel like I have to take it away from my life. Unless, somebody in the comments could also suggest me a way I could go about it. If you have dealt with a similar plateau as this. Or number 2, you keep instant gratification in your life, but at the very least you're going to make this promise to yourself that you're going to put in some effort, put in some struggle, and then eventually maybe at the end of the week, or maybe have a rest day. I know those are pretty controversial, but at least have like maybe a segment of your time, if you want, to enjoy these little pleasures. Obviously, I'm not against pleasure, but honestly, the pleasure that I'm chasing and the pleasure that I feel like you should be chasing, because I presume that you're also on self-improvement watching this video. Bro, don't you want to experience real pleasure? Traveling the world, like spending time with love. Like, don't you want to like strive hard to have that pleasure? That's the pleasure that I'm trying to have. I'm not trying to just have my eyes locked on a screen and just watch stupid videos all day, or put on a movie for no reason, or just distract myself and placate myself with these just stimulation media. I wanna cultivate real pleasure for myself, man. I wanna experience true freedom. And all I know is instant gratification. It's always going to get in the way. At least for me. If it doesn't get in the way for you, bro, I envy you. I envy you. Seriously, I freaking envy you. But that's that. So this will be the last video uploaded for 2023. If you stuck around till here, thank you. 2024, we're going to be growing rapidly. We're going to be getting stronger, better, smarter, richer. And we're going to get closer and closer to becoming the best versions of ourselves, and closer to becoming the ultimate visionary that we are all destined to be. We're not going to let social media win. We're not going to let instant gratification win. We're not going to let corn win. We're going to get better and better and better. That's that. Subscribe, like, share this to somebody who needs this. Reject complacency and embrace strength. Peace.